Hello, the Grand Observer here. Yes, I'm in my get-up, which is very rare unless something is happening. This is another Let's Talk. I know I do them all the time now, don't I? But I can't help it. It's what I do. I talk about things that need to be talked about to not only to release steam, but to explain things that other people won't, or don't see, or whatever. But it's always just the same, isn't it? If you're wondering why I'm in my get-up for this, it's because it makes me feel more serious, even if it doesn't make me look serious. What does it mean to hold one's tongue? I must say, not too many people understand the difference between holding one's tongue and cowering these days. But there is a difference. Say, as I've said before, cowards that don't speak out when they should because they know better, and those that speak that shouldn't speak because they don't know better or are trying to take control. It is because of such situations. It is just a big mess. But that's the difference between holding your tongue and speaking out. Because holding your tongue is when you know you shouldn't speak. In a certain situation you would hurt someone you care for. Which, once again, I've dumbfoundedly succeeded to do. In World of Warcraft, a guilty of mine I've hurt dreadfully, and now it appears I won't be able to fix it. For it seems like I shouldn't even try to fix my mistakes, only to learn from them. And what's the point of learning if you don't even fix, I suppose? Because if you don't know how to fix something and then learn from it, you're just going to feel this emptiness inside of you all this time. I question if people would listen to you on this subject. When they say to let her go, to leave it be, just learn from your mistakes. But if you can't fix something out of that, as I said, you're going to feel empty and even worse than anything, worse than when you made the mistake. Because I'm the kind of person that makes mistakes on a regular basis. Because I am one of the few people that seem to have no filter. I tend to speak out a lot against a lot of things, or towards us things. And because of that, I can easily hurt someone or cause problems. Whether people tolerate it or not is not the question. It's what happens, the aftermath. As I said, if you can't fix it, what's the point of even, I don't know. I wanted to say living, but I'm not dying yet. I may seem like I have an old soul, but my body's still young. My logic and sense can be a little derogatory, it seems, so I believe that may have been the wrong word to use. But you have to take into point that I can... Funny. The last few days, it seems like I've been saying I. I don't seek attention. I really don't. I just try to inform people. Try to entertain, etc. Talking things out, though, one of the few ways we can all feel happy and okay, clear messes up. I fear, though, when people don't wish to smooth talk, problems never get solved. I don't know if you can hear me sighing or not, but there's just so much happening recently. I'm worrying once again too much. But I have reason to worry now because I caused trouble and now I can't fix it. And I fear that things are going to go worse like they always do. Break the cycle, they say. How can it break? And I'm one common denominator in all of it. The rest is up to the other people on what happens next. Whether things go smoothly or if I make another mess and I finally pull the wrong strings. This all ties into why I'm talking about holding your tongue at certain occasions and situations. And the best way to talk about this stuff is from your own experience. And by God, I've had so many. It is difficult these days, it seems. In the real world, people get offended by everything. In the online world, people will use that against other people, whether meaning to or not, and seem to make big messes, misunderstanding, and hurt people in the process. It is certainly a weird thing. I guess it goes back to the thing I've said before about common sense. There's no common sense in getting offended over every little thing in the world. Now, is there? No, there's not. That is pure, unadulterated madness. I say unadulterated because it's us 19-year-olds, us 60-year-olds, that teach the younger ones that are learning from us how this world is growing up, how it is for them. But there are times when people should be silent, and times they shouldn't. I have to say it. I struggle with those times indefinitely. Something rings in my head to be blunt and not hide things. I have a hard time even trying to misdirect people to turn them to someone else that can actually hold a fake face and put on a smile for the show. Because of that, trouble stirs once again, and I fear the consequences have not yet started. Only the aftermath. It is questionable what may happen next. So much to do, so little time. Something you'll hear me say a lot, it seems. But I wonder if people would stop putting on a face. If people didn't have to put on a face. if everyone would work hard to strive for better, to actually help others, to show them where to go to learn, or to be the guides yourself, then what? Then what could happen? People wouldn't have to hold their tongues, because everyone would know what's going on to begin with. But no one knows what is happening anymore in the world. Those that are doing, those that are higher up that do know, don't say anything. But those that are lower up that do know, but those in the lower that know, and if they say something, that causes mass panic. Think of a zombie virus. If one building was contaminated, and a few people knew, but they didn't tell anyone else, who knows what would happen? But if people they did tell, what would happen? A few different situations could happen. One, mass panic. Two, deliberation of politics and such on what to do with it, the matter. Three, vigilantes would do something stupid. Four, apocalyptic people that would wish the apocalypse and dread to hit the world would unleash said creatures onto the world. So many situations could happen from those that say, from those that speak, from those who can speak and will. I, unfortunately, did not have the right outcome that I would have hoped for. And as I said, I do not have a chance to fix said issue, and probably never will. And probably she hates me. Funny, I said she, and yes, but that's how things go. Madness ensues in the world. People like me are part of that madness. Common sense and logic comes naturally to me. And it's thus case, being blunt is the best for me to be. And yep, when I do, it'll often hurt others around me and me as well. Funny that I turned this into a situation of me, but as I said, you have to go through these experiences to explain, to understand, to learn, who knows what, right? So, the greatest experience is experience itself. I don't know who said that, or if that's a real thing, or a real saying. I know I said it, but I don't know if I uplifted it from anyone or not. But it is not necessarily a difference between people and such. It's not a common sense or logic thing about holding your tongue. It's thinking far ahead into the outcomes, knowing what could happen, and risking what could happen, or what you want to happen. Like playing a video game, killing something once, and hoping for your item to drop. You have a choice. But is the outcome in your favor, Same ordeal with holding your tongue. Speak freely, hurt or enlighten people. As Dumbledore said, funny that I'm uplifting words from Harry Potter. As Dumbledore said in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, I believe. No, I can't remember. But when he was in Harry's mind as a ghost, as a guiding spirit for Harry. Words are our most inexhaustible form of magic, capable of both remedying and inflicting harm. And in real terms, that is true. But no one takes these quotes seriously, or these lessons for movies seriously, because that's all they are, movies. I do. I understand them all too well. The reason why I love a good story in a movie. It's not common sense. It's thinking ahead. Something I do, but I've gambled and lost. Let's see if all of you make the same mistake. Or remedy it. The Grand Observer. Another Let's Talk done. Hope you learned something. And may your magic words remedy instead of harm others. And may you be able to fix your mistakes and learn from them. Like, subscribe if you want to hear more or see any of my other random madness that I do. For I do stuff randomly after all. Have a good one, ladies and gentlemen. And remember, words are a powerful thing.